The conversation is cut short again as Jamie is showing no signs of slowing down and putting the teams again into another challenge, sponsored by Via Bar.
Paul and Timber, haven't spoken to you guys in a bit. How are things up in camp?
Super good.
Loving life up there?
Figured out how to make some coffee and
Nice.
living pretty good.
Very good. And see, more extra motivation for you guys, burn stick, because that's the attitude you guys had earlier. You need to fight to get that back. All right, immunity. Going to be up for grabs on this one. Thank you. On my go, you'll be standing by those Home Depot buckets there. One by one, you'll run through an obstacle course, zigzag through the barrels, run over to that bucket with the apples in it. You will apple bob, pull out an apple. You will run back, zigzag through your buckets, around your stakes, get to the bucket, take it out of your mouth, place it in the bucket. You'll go one by one. Once you get enough, all the apples or a certain amount of weight brings it down, you will then move on to the next part of the challenge. As a group, you'll run up to these these hay bales. You'll try to knock off the cans. Once all the cans are knocked off this barrel, one person, your choice, will run over to these bags hanging from the wood. There is a butter knife on the ground. You will cut one of the ropes. Once the puzzle pieces drop, you'll grab those puzzle pieces, run over to the puzzle box, leave it there. Then you'll come back and the group will now move on to the second one. Same thing. This time a second person, different person goes, cuts it, drops off the puzzle, comes back, and then the third one as well. Once the third one is cut down, placed on the puzzle box, runs back, you as a whole team will run all the way back to that puzzle and solve the puzzles based what's in the bags. First one to correctly solve the puzzle will win immunity. And as a special treat from our sponsor Via Bar, we'll be given Via Bars. A whole box of these bad boys. So a little extra energy. This day has only begun, believe me. You probably think it's a lot later than it is. This is going to help you. Trust me. Does it all sound like it's worth playing for? Yeah. All right. Talk amongst yourself. We'll get going in a minute. Go!
Go, G!
Go, Justin!
Got her! Here we go, Dean. Do it right, Dean!
Yeah!
Oh, you gotta fix it. You gotta go back. You gotta fix it. You're good. Got one. Justin, making good work here.
Go, baby! Come on, go, sir!
You got it, Dean.
Suck it up!
Justin doing very good job right now.
Can I take out?
Let's go, Clip!
You can quit, Dean, if you want, but you're not gonna quit. He's not saying. Next one's going. Yeah.
Come on, Kim.
Keep going, Cap.
Let's go.
Paul Timber needs to catch up.
Here we go, Cap.
So has to stay down too. Cass has it now.
Go there. You're right in there, Karen. Right in there. Pull it through.
Yes.
Good work, Karen.
Good job, Aaron. Good job, Travis and Aaron.
Good work, good work. Keep it up.
Kenna's coming back with an apple. Burn stick probably still in the lead.
You got this, you got this.
Jen's coming back there.
Jumping in
Kenna
there.
going.
Moving
Moving on. Burn stick, moving on to the next section.
Go. Yeah.
Okay, everyone line up. He goes in the line.
Take yours.
Okay, go get them.
I recommend that you guys take your time on these. An extra second works a lot better.
Everyone take a little bit of a breath.
Nice throw.
Just a breath, guys. No, it's all good.
Okay, we gotta go up. Steve-o. Extra bean bags in case they split. In case they split, get extra bean bags. They're just missing.
Yes!
There you go. Bean bags.
Justin, you want to go for it?
Go for it.
No, it has to go in the line.
Yeah,
Has to go in the line.
It doesn't have to.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Everybody goes once and then you can do the best.
Ah!
Gotta hit it. There you go! Somebody go cut.
Go
One person
Good
cut.
job, Kim.
Get the bean bags, get them ready for the second one. That is a dull butter knife. You gotta work at it.
You got this, McKenna. You got it.
Can she throw right away?
Can she throw what she's cutting?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Take-
Not until she gets back.
Come on,
take-
Cam.
She's cutting through. Fallen timber, believe me, you're not out of this yet. Keep working. There's still a lot to this.
Yes.
You can place it by the box. All right, once she gets back, you start throwing again. And somebody
throw the
different
next.
has to go the next time.
Nice.
All right.
I'll come the last.
There's the boat. Yeah, no, you can pick up your hand, Kath. There it goes. There it goes. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it. You're good. You're good. Fallen timber still in there.
Good job.
Need to get these down fast.
Yeah, good hit. Because I think you learn how the weight is, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Cut the last one. Fallen timber. This puzzle is a puzzle. It'll take forever. So keep going. Keep working at it. You
Oh
can do
my
it.
God, you guys.
Bring it all. Come all the way back. Come back. Once you get back, you all go together and go solve it. All right, go solve it.
Put it. Oh,
Not a
Let him
nine.
go.
That's really good.
underhand. Good strategy.
John, how'd you open these again?
Behind the bill. Make sure you're behind the bill.
You're too fast over here, so you still got time.
Really have to cut this with a butter knife? Seriously? It's gonna cut. Holy smokes.
Does she go with those down there right away?
Still working on it. Communication. Check. Immunity! Bursted!
Good job.
Come on in, guys. This game is an emotionally draining one, and just like that, the emotions flipped from the enjoyment to the depressed. You guys, your seesaw battle of how you guys are competing and how you guys are emotionally handling this is impressive to watch, but you guys keep fighting, and I love it. Fortunately, this is going over here to Burn Stick. Yeah. You guys are also getting your fighter bars. Look at that. You guys are going to go relax, eat your food. Fallen timber has been a bit. I look forward to seeing what's going on in your camp and how people are interacting and how people are feeling about each other. We'll talk soon. See you back.
Burnstick, not wanting to attend tribal council for a third time in a row, wins the immunity, sending Fallen Timber back to camp to discuss who will be the next member voted off of Stranded Water Valley.
Yeah, and I feel responsible, so I feel like I'm on the hot seat here. So I started this off. None of us knew how to ball for apples, so I went first and didn't know what the hell I was doing and put us behind the 8 ball from the start. So I'm gonna have to hopefully rely on some of the relationships I've built and hopefully get me through this one. Well, Matt and I've been pretty close since the start, and then in there, Travis and then Cass and Barb. I think we're all kind of working, and I think a lot of us have talked over through the afternoon about Jen maybe next. But after a challenge, you never know what happens. As far as I blew a little bit. Hopefully they look at the old guy and say, well, we can beat him individual. Make sure we keep him around. He's good for camp and he's funny and builds chairs for the campfire and stuff like that. I think right now it's Jen, unless I hear from some of my folks I put trust into if something changes. But I think that's where a few people are heading. So I think that's where it'll go unless I hear different right now.
I heard McKenna say something about, like, thank goodness we talked about apple bobbing, because I had no idea how to do it. And no, I asked, does anyone know how to apple bob? Because I've never done it. And nobody knew on our team. No one has ever done it. So I think, and I definitely think that's what killed us, was the apple bobbing. It's really hard this time. It was kind of like clear the first time, and I don't know. I just don't know. Everyone's like tight, so I don't know. And we've been looking for the idol, and we can't find it anywhere. And so part of me thinks maybe someone's found it. I don't know. I feel like it's either like you either go with the weakest link or you go with like a physical threat, and I don't know. I really don't know.
I think the apple bobbing was our big downfall. We couldn't get the trick right in the apple bobbing, and it kind of just snowballed from there. I mean, we didn't really know the trick, how to get it into the corner, and then once we figured it out, it was kind of too late. They were already cutting through their ropes and getting on the cans. So it's tough because we want to keep it from. It's tough in camp because we want to keep it from getting personal, and you know, we like each other at the camp, so it's tough to sit there and talk about who we're going to send out of here and who we're not going to come back to camp with. I thought I had my mind made up, but now there's one person that we've kind of lost 3 challenges at their hands, so it's tough to know if it's going to stick the same as it was this morning, or if we're going to flip it around a little bit. But it's tough regardless, sending someone home.
Fallen timber. How are we doing right now?
Super duper, Davey.
Super duper. I like it, Travis. You guys haven't been here for a while. We had a conversation this morning, and it seems like a long time since I talked to you. So we'll get into the challenge and what happened and all that. But I'm curious on what's been going on at camp the last few hours, Joe.
You know what, guys are down on. You know, the game is a thing of emotions, right? We were super pumped, super high all morning, and then we lose that challenge. I'd say this afternoon, but I don't know when we lost it. And it was immediate. Kind of people said, "I'm sad. We let each other down," kind of thing. And so that was difficult to hear, but yeah.
So a complete shift in mood. How about the amount of talking that was going on? Like when you're sitting there, you come away from tribal when Kelly went out, and then you win the next challenge. Are you guys just partying up there? Are people still talking even though you know you're not going to tribal council? I'll ask Cass. Are people still talking? No matter if you're going to tribal council or not, are people still chatting privately?
I think not so much privately, but I think we chat as a group still. Even when we lost, it's still group chat. You know, we're still trying to think about the group as a whole and, you know, trying to figure out how to bring our team, make them proud at the end still.
I have a hard time believing that it's just always 7 of you. Barb, are there divisions in this group? Certain people talking to each other more? You don't have to name names, feel free to name names, but are there people going off more and you see, hey, this guy's been talking to this girl a lot more than they've been talking to me? Is that going on?
Well, I have to say that it's the perception that I have, and I can't nail it down necessarily to, the 2 of them went off, but did they talk? Did they look for an idol? Or, you know, it's hard to say, but yeah, there's definitely the perception that, you know, here and there people do go off.
Yeah, Travis.
But there is still a lot of talk within the group.
How about you? Are you noticing people that are going off? Barb's saying she can't put her finger on it. She sees it. She doesn't know whether or not what they're talking about. Are you seeing people go off, and do you know what they're talking about?
Well, I mean, we don't always need 7 people to go get water, so so it happens, and I'm sure that, I mean, there has to be game talk going on, especially coming into a tribal council. You know, coming out of a tribal council, seeing if what happened was what we thought was going to happen, if anyone was, you know, having a tough time with it. I know that Jen seeing her name was a little bit tough, but, you know, it's all about keeping that trust up in camp and making sure that we're still falling timber, and we're not falling yet.
Okay, and just a couple more questions about that challenge. So, a tough challenge. You guys, they were really good at that challenge. You guys weren't bad at it. You guys struggled with the apple bob a little bit. Was there any, I'm just curious on your guys', you said you're down when you got back to camp, but was there any anger at anybody for how they participated? Nobody blamed? Did everybody step up and say, sorry, my bad? Anything like that going on?
Yeah, I stepped up.
Yeah?
I mean, I went first. We talked about nobody really knew how to bob apples.
Yep.
So we talked about different strategies. I went first, and I swallowed half the jug of water and couldn't get one. So of course I felt responsible for getting that off to that bad start.
No, that's honorable. I mean, and Joe, do you agree first that Dean had a bad start, and is it just water under the bridge now?
For me, totally, yeah. Dean, I mean, he was the one that said he was going to go first. None of us knew how, so we didn't have a strategy going in how to get the apples out of there.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a luck of the draw, and Dean drew the short stick, or he volunteered to go first, and He couldn't get it out. So I mean, I give him credit for trying and putting in the extra effort, and realizing when he couldn't get it, he switched out. He didn't just keep going. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys do seem like you put water under the bridge. You guys move on. You work together, clearly, looking for an idol together. But again, that only lasts so long in this game because all 7 of you are not going to be going back to camp. Let's find out which one it is. Joe, you can go first. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to play it. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jen. Second vote, Jen. Next vote, Dean. 2 votes Jen, 1 vote Dean. Next vote, Jen. Next vote. And next member voted off of Fallen Timber. Jen. Jen. Sorry, Jen. Tribe has spoken. Well, guys, bad news is you lost a member of your tribe. Good news is there's only 6 of you now to look for that idol. And I suggest you keep looking because the chances are one of you will probably need it. Head back to camp. See you soon.
Yeah, that one was definitely a lot tougher than the first one.
That was tough, and I knew it was.
I like
she was,
Jen.
my name was out there for her, and so it was tough for me to write her name down, knowing that the option was me.
Gets your heart racing.
Or wedding, I felt like so horrible writing her name. Do you guys say anything when you did it?
I didn't.
I
just
just said
said
I'm
it.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I said I think it's me or you, so obviously I love you and we'll see you soon, and it's been great hanging out with you, but
I said this one was a lot tougher than the first one. Sorry.
it's tough. It's just tougher and tougher as we hang out more and more.
Well,
yeah.
I love you guys all more and more.
And then when we were around, or when I came and sat back down, she like looked at me like, "Who did you vote for?" It's like, "Oh, good."
Right, because you don't want to lie, 'cause that right? So I know anytime I just try to avoid because I hate lying. I can't lie. I'm not good at it.
Well, I got this challenge.
Well, let's win this one,
Let's
and we
win
won't
this
have to
one
worry
and get
about
back
it,
on the
right?
track here.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't really that surprised actually. I mean, I was told obviously something different, but I really think that someone has the immunity idol, and I wasn't in on that obviously, and yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm surprised, I guess, that they picked me because I feel like I've contributed in challenges and at camp, but maybe I just wasn't playing a hard enough, like, rah, let's make some alliances kind of game. I don't know. I think that other people should be kind of wary of Cass because she's probably, I would say she's the most cutthroat now. It was awesome. Like, I would tell anyone to come and do this. It's so fun. The fundraising is not hard. Mostly the people that I asked were just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing that, and how did you even find out about that?" So yeah, I feel pretty lucky to have been a part of it.
Another full sweep and a veto from Fallen Timber to send Jen home. The tribe appears to be working together, but that can only last so long, as Jamie has a surprise for the 2 tribes at their next reward challenge, sponsored by Little Blue Canoe.
James, I'll take that back for you. You guys seem a lot more chippier anywhere a few minutes ago. think they're pretty happy up there now, aren't they? No? Yeah? Yeah.
We've got a job to do.
Yeah.
We're here to do it.
Yeah. Now, are you guys things happy up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah. So you're happy, and you're not.
We're somber. Is that a word?
But motivated.
Well, as a boss of this organization, I cannot have employees all differently. So I think we need to drop your buffs, and we're going to figure out something else here now.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. Drop your buffs.
As you have to.
We get that back.
Each of these bags has 3 blue and 3 green. So you guys will be picking out of this. You guys will pick out of that bag. In the end, it's going to be 3 from each. We'll be joining on one. Keep your fist closed. Put your hand in. Keep your fist closed. Don't show the rock. Just pick one.
Oh my goodness.
They're in there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, my favorite thing.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, just so. That was yours, Travis. Just keep it closed for now. Same with you guys. You guys don't look as happy as you were a few minutes ago. Right? And you guys look worse now again.
Just so we get to keep that coffee.
Do you still have some left?
Yeah, we rock at making it. We have a system.
You have enough for.
And we're not telling this recipe.
All right, I want everybody to stick out the hand with the rock while you just don't open it yet. And before you open this and you realize who's on your tribe, remember what I said at my first story. In order to win this game, in order to survive the Prohibition era, you need to come together, form partnerships, form new organizations. That's what you guys are going to do. Everybody, let's see what you got. We got blue. Joe's now blue. Barb is green. Cass stays on burn stick. Matt, fallen timber. Dean, burn stick. Oh, there's 2 there or 1? No, 1. And Travis, now a part of fallen timber. Justin's going burn stick. Kim is going fallen timber. McKenna, burn stick. Aaron, fallen timber. James, burn stick. And Ian, now fallen timber. All right, guys. New fallen timber over here. New burn stick over there. You can keep your old ones. Yeah. Sorry.
My children like souvenirs.
No.
You're wearing blue today.
Nice.
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Hi guys.
Welcome to Team Blue, boys. And girls.
Nice.
James, nice to meet you.
Welcome to Team Joe.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Joe. How's it going, bud?
Going,
buddy.
Guys, the next challenge is going to start right away. Again, no time to rest. New organizations, there's money to be made. We're going to keep going at it. Immunity, I'm taking back, but unfortunately, I'm not giving it to anybody no matter how this ends up. Both the tribes will be going to tribal council after this challenge. Now, one key aspect I'd like to tell you though, you're playing for reward. Reward is sponsored by Little Blue Canoe. You got some nice sweaters here for whoever wins. Might go handy tonight. You're also going to watch the other tribal council and have a snack, have some food while you watch the other tribal council. So everybody's going, but one team is going there a lot happier. All right, here's what we're going to do. On my command, one by one, you are going to grab a little tiny cup, you'll see it, of water. You're going to navigate through the benches, walking on top of them. You step down, you step back up, you step down, you step up. Once you get to the very end of the benches, you'll step down, you'll walk your water over to one of those bottles. You'll fill up whatever water you have left into those bottles. Then you'll come back, the next person will go. As the water in the bottles fill up, you'll find little balls that will pop out. Once you can get your hands on one of them, it'll be high enough you can pick out, bring it back and place it in your crate. There's 2, 2, and 3 little balls in each of those bottles. Once all 8 come back into that, you'll open them up. inside of them is a letter. It's a word scramble. First one to place a word scramble in that crate wins reward. I'll give you guys a few minutes to strategize with your new team, and we'll see what this is all made of. That's it. Always gotta go down. You have to go down every time. And then you run back. Good job. Good job by McKenna. Good job by Kim. Put it in the bin and then go. Make sure you step down. Try's moving well. Like I said, it's how you pour and how much water you bring. Ian back. Justin on his way back. Travis going. Cass is on the board. Travis doing good work. You can fill any water bottle you want too at any time. Oh, Travis, hold on. Aaron, hold on. Travis, put that back in the thing. There you go.
Games obviously like have a little bit of speed to it, but
Yeah, it's hard to know how much water they have.
yeah.
That's okay. It takes a long time, doesn't it? Barb's good. One more pour should empty that one. Justin trying to tip it. Can't get it. Both of them are right at the lip. Did she get one? Cass has a ball. Did she get one? Yeah. Okay. James being smart, pouring it into the middle one. Tap it down, you should go there. Aaron's got one, only one. Aaron being smart, pouring the remainder in the second one. McKenna, nice job on pulling one out of there. Travis has one.
So close.
Cass has one.
Here's B.
Where's the third one?
It's in there. It's in there.
Oh, I got an A.
Yeah. There he goes.
Do you need me to grab?
Yes, please. Sorry.
No, you're wet.
Once you think you have it, say check and back off.
A. 2 A's. Okay, let's just put them on. Let's start from
Yeah, maybe 2 A's.
Keep going.
That one turned upside down. Turn it.
Reward, Burnsdale.
Oh, shit. Last second.
Get it?
Good try, guys.
We figured it out.
All right, guys. All right, congratulations. You got some sweaters for one. This is real nice and warm. Pillows, whatever you want for. As mentioned, you both will be coming to Tribal Council. You guys will be up first. They will listen to your Tribal Council and have a nice snack while they listen. Then you yourselves will also be going to Tribal Council. Now, there's one more matter, and that is which tribe each of you guys are going to. I have 2 rocks in here. Who grabbed the last ball out of this one? No, like the last ball before you guys did. It was you. Yeah, okay. The winning one, whoever got to pick which side, either green or blue, that's the tribe you're going to right now. Yeah. What do we got? Blue, going to burn stick and staying in burn stick. Fallen timber, off to a new one.
Burn Stick wins the reward challenge, but celebration isn't certain as both tribes get acquainted with their new friends.
I slept in
But
the
I guess
chair.
sharing is the answer.
chair last night.
Oh, nice.
Because where our beds are, like you guys have a platform, I see.
We do, but we're not going to sleep
there
on
last
it.
night.
We
Oh,
were in
okay.
there last night and on that slope.
Water in where?
Water in my ears. Like,
Oh, I had a little bit, yeah.
in my ear.
I had a bit.
That shit was terrifying. The first time I like slammed my head in the water. Yeah, so I went down with the and I just preemptively said like, look, we're talking about
Matt's annoying.
No, not even.
No?
I was just like, I am willing to shake the game up. Like, I will vote Matt.
Nice.
If you guys want to like get on board, like I have no issues flipping over and going on Matt.
Perfect.
And then he goes, well, what are you guys over there talking about? And I was like, well, he was telling me who he wanted to vote out. He was like, oh, okay. And like didn't even ask me like what you said or anything. So it might be a little bit.
Well, they could have an idol as well, right?
It might be a little bit, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So it might be a little bit still like on the fence. But I think if you guys stay out, like I'd like
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it.
Don't say anything about it.
Because you'll just be like their
And
swing
then
vote.
I'll just go over and like you guys think and like and then I'll say we'll tell them that we were looking at Kim, she's a physical threat, we want to get her out, and then flash out that idol and vote out Aaron or Ian.
Right. So we're going Aaron.
Okay.
But we're saying we're going
Kim.
We're saying
Kim.
we're going Kim.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're
tell
on
him.
the side
Tell
saying,
him we're going Kim. And then that's what I said too when I like went down there. I was like this is my olive branch. Like this is me giving you guys saying I trust you guys.
Unless they have an idol, we're guaranteed to
Well,
win.
that's why we think Kim, right? Flush it out before votes are read. It'll go to Kim.
Right.
They'll know.
Right.
And then they'll try to cancel out the votes, I'm sure. But then it's 3 to Aaron.
Yeah.
She goes home.
so what I'll do to play that up a little bit is I'll chummy more with him. Not ostracize you, but
Yeah.
I'll just try and chummy.
Even just body language.
Yeah,
just
for sure,
like
for sure. And I'll get a little bit obnoxious at camp too. So that's a show, but
there's no way it would be that quick for us to make a decision on who we're going against. So, so why else would we say Kim?
Physical challenge, mental threat too.
Yeah.
She seems to have it going on in terms of puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed, agility. She's got the whole package.
don't move. If this works, it's gonna be sick.
She's also nice.
Yeah. Totally, yeah.
Yeah. I think that works out.
Okay, great. Go over for me one more time. So, they're gonna vote you. We're gonna get them to vote for me. I play my idol.
We're gonna go for Aaron.
And then we'll have 3 votes for Aaron, 3 votes for Matt. And Aaron goes home.
Yeah.
And we're saying we're voting for Kim though.
Yeah.
If it comes up.
Yeah. So that if we need to flash out an idol, we'll flash an idol.
Right. That's so smart. I didn't think of that either.
Okay.
Nice. Cool.
If the 3 of us vote for Matt,
He's willing to flip, and he'll vote Matt out.
Sorry if this is a chance to get Travis, though. You put Travis on there, and you got a 50-50 chance at if it comes down to a tie, right?
Yeah, but
Is it
the
the
tie is
same?
you're their name.
mm-hmm.
So
so
it's a matter if you want to put your game into chance.
and it depends what the task is as well too, right? So if you were going up against Travis and it somehow happened to be, I don't know, like a running race or something, but what do you think? You think 3 to Trav?
I don't know. If we do Trav, it's going to be a tie because Trav won't flip unless we confirm that we will do Matt. And either way, if he decides not to flip, then it's still a
still
a tie.
Then exactly.
Right? We're just not getting Travis out, we're getting Matt instead.
One of them anyways is better.
And then he said,
if
he said if we're still together, next is Barb. Like, he wants to stay with us. He wants to.
And then at that
pass
point, we
them.
can think about taking Travis out instead of Barb,
Mhm.
because we'll have the numbers.
That's
We
true.
can
No,
automatically
Because
win.
Barb will come. Barb can
Because we
come
could
with
totally
us.
sway Barb then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That makes sense. I think that's our better option.
I think so too.
Because anyway, if he doesn't go through, it's 50-50 on what we're going to do anyway.
And at the end of the day, both scenarios are keeping the three of us together.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can work it out at the other side too.
Hopefully they follow through on that side. I'm worried about that side. Well, I'm not sure. She's be fairly loyal. We trust
I
him.
think the three of us have to stick with the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we need to.
And for the next one.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys want to go Matt and we get the number, then we get Travis. Then
Because
might
I
be in
think,
our better interest long run.
yeah, like Ian said, Travis's end game is the end.
Yeah.
He wants to sit final 3, so he's at this point going to do anything he can to get to it.
Yeah.
That
If he
means
knows-
turning on his tribe.
If we go now against Travis and he decides to flip back to his team and he knows we're going after him,
Maybe we'll
but
put
if
us.
we get the numbers, then it's a lot easier to
No.
take him out.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Go
Okay,
Matt.
so 3 Matt.
Go Matt.
Cool.
Do you want to talk to Travis?
Mhm.
I'm our deal. Do you-
Just
Cool.
tell him we're good.
Okay.
They just refill it for us whenever we ask them for
But,
it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just ask them when it's
who's in
empty.
there
They'll come
first
refill it
and
for you.
came
Oh
out?
my
goodness, we have been rationing.
Who emptied the rice?
Who emptied it last? Oh,
Or
I don't
first?
know.
First.
Oh,
We've been
frick, that was yesterday.
Was that Matt?
Matt.
Matt did most of our cooking.
Matt
Did
cooked.
Matt walk away with the idol?
We're not sure, honestly.
don't know.
We think he did. Like, we're pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
And we don't think ours is found yet, but the clue was in the rice.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we found it as a tribe, kind of the drawing. Hey, look, the clue. And so we were looking,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and like he said, we were looking as a
Matt
tribe.
We
must
found a
known it.
clue on the green tree there. Like, they had like green tape.
Was it green ties?
Yeah.
And then it pointed towards a fallen tree
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
So the same clues.
But we're pretty sure Matt found it because there was twine up there. On like, there's a bunch of. Do you guys know who got the $3,500?
No. You don't know. No.
We had 4 of us all over there, and we were. Well, I was hoping I didn't get it. Like I said to a couple of guys, I'll share it so we know we can share gifts, but I didn't get it. Is anybody 3,500?
James is the only one here.
Nobody's gone home yet, though.
No.
We all
No.
thought James got it.
No.
No, we feel pretty confident that somebody from your
Yeah,
from
we
your
were
other
pretty sure.
tribe
Like, we were
had
talking
it.
earlier today, and we're like they have a lot of power.
That's,
over
we were the same thing. We're like,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
not one of
everybody
us. It's got to be
starts
James or
eat,
Aaron.
so it might not even be
Because we
us.
did
Aaron,
have
what
4
about Aaron?
people.
You had
She
2
seems like
people
she
in your
can
tribe
sneak. I know
over
she's
35.
nice.
You
Yeah,
had
and
4.
I know.
Yeah,
She could be
She
sneaky.
knows how to
but-
play because her friend played last year.
Yeah, I know. She surprised me a couple times, but.
So I'm saying that Aaron had the 3,500 club, and I talked to her in the bus. She knows how to play the game. Like she let her play.
She surprises me. Like she like comes up with like this crazy stuff, and I'm like, okay, I did not expect you
Yeah,
to
she's
scheme this hard.
Yeah, like it'll be interesting what happens over there. I do hope she gets to play a little bit longer so they can experience it. To see, like, you know, it'll be.
Well, I could tell that talking on the bus. To her on the bus, I was like, look at this. She
Yeah, she did her homework.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is cool, for sure. I'm stoked that we got that challenge though, because that was a hard one, and everyone pulled together.
You know, like, somebody's going, but I guess we'll figure that out. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as we get to eat, we'll watch it.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll go off and have a few conversations.
Yeah.
So just see maybe anybody wants to volunteer showing the boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do.
Sure.
What's that? He's gonna show me the boundary. Oh yeah. So it's an open invite. To
Open invite.
Anyone who wants to come,
It wasn't-
come on, John.
No, I'm not trying to sneak.
When we found it, but there was a piece of twine, so I'm pretty sure that it was stuck to here.
This does look like exactly the area that the second clue or the last clue was found in our camp. The clue to the idol. The final,
really?
Because we found 2 clues. Nobody's found. Somebody's got the idol in their camp for sure. It says rock in plain sight.
Yeah.
There's no rocks in the campsite.
Oh, really?
There's one flat one that somebody brought back at some point. I don't know where it came from. So whoever brought that rock back has the idol.
We didn't get a clue like that, and I don't think, like, what happened was when we first got here, everyone else was off socializing, and he was just like scouring everywhere for it.
So got it then.
And then he stopped. And then he just stopped dead.
Yeah.
And before he had told us that he was going to sleep outside of the shelter, which obviously he was going to go look for an idol.
Yeah.
And then later on that night, he was like, yeah, I'll sleep in the shelter. So we're like, okay, you have it.
Fallen Timber is back in the hot seat. Tribes had enough time to work together and come up with new alliances, but who will be the next member voted off of Stranded Water Valley?
Travis, you look frustrated. What are you frustrated about?
I'm just hungry.
You're just hungry. Is that getting to you at this point?
It's more of a mental thing. It's a hurdle to get over mentally as opposed to letting it try and affect your game or anything like that. It's tough.
Yeah. Who else? Let's say hunger is one of their biggest problems right now. Anybody?
Hunger.
Hunger's bothering you?
Yeah.
You think is that affecting your ability to maybe your cognitive function at all? Are you getting to a point where it's getting hard to even focus on what you're trying to do because you're hungry?
I'm certain that it affects it, absolutely.
Yeah.
It certainly affects me physically.
Yeah.
So I think the two combined, it's not fun.
Yeah. How's everybody else feeling? Kim, how are you?
It's different. It's way different over in the other tribe. Just different atmosphere to get used to, I guess, for now.
So let's go there. So you guys are Fallen Timber. Who are the original Fallen Timber? 3, and we got 3 burn sticks. So, Aaron, let me ask you that. When you show up at that camp, do you mingle and talk as 6, or is it 3 and 3 right off the bat?
At first, we sat as 6.
Sat as 6.
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think she means by at first?
Oh, because obviously we had a tough. We were super frank. Like, we knew this is going to be a tough one. It's 3 and 3 clearly, and yeah, it's just a tough situation to be in. We all knew what was going on. We put it on Front Street, and then obviously we had our own conversations too.
Yeah. Ian, at the beginning I said fight until one after another, till only one person standing. Should it really matter right now that it's 3 and 3, or should everybody? And I'm not just saying yourself. Should everybody be thinking individually, or should you still be thinking 3 and 3?
I think it's still definitely a team game for sure. Yeah, all the relationships that we've built over the past while, that plays a big part into this.
Yeah. Okay. Kim, I'm sure you did make relationship with 3 people over there. You got to know them. Is that part hard? Is that affecting how you're thinking right now? Is the fact that the people I've only been with them for 24 hours, let's say, but I just bonded with these people. They're gone now, and now I'm struggling with only 2 of my remaining people. Like, does that bother you?
It does a bit. It feels odd. It feels like you're missing another half because we bonded really well as a team. So now you're kind of feeling like a missing link, but I'm sure we'll get it back.
Ian, we've obviously talked about hidden immunity idols. I believe you all know that there was a 3,500 advantage that was thrown out. I haven't heard much conversation about it. Are these conversations happening before you guys swapped? Happening now still? Like, is this being talked about?
They're definitely happening all the time. I think everyone here is very wary of all those immunity idols that are in play, and the special bonus as well too. Yeah. So it's just keeping a constant awareness and improvise and adapt, overcome as it comes up.
Okay. Well, there are always changes in this game. You never know what you can expect. The only thing that we know for certain right now is that one of you 6 will be eliminated from Stranded Water Valley. Kim, time to vote. If anyone has an immunity idol, now would be the time to play it.
Jamie?
Yes, Matt. Matt has played the immunity idol. All votes for Matt will be void. I'll read the first vote. Matt does not count.
Sorry, Matt. Your team kind of put you up. Sorry.
Matt does not count.
Hopefully this works and we don't go to a tie.
Matt does not count. 3 votes red, 3 votes don't count. Next vote. Aaron.
Could be the move that sends me home. Could be the move that wins me the game. Hopefully it's the latter.
Next vote and next member, or next person voted out of Fallen Timber, Aaron. Aaron, great game. Sorry, your tribe has spoken.
About to be blindsided. I'm sorry about this, but it's a big move that has to be made now.
Well, guys, it's a tough one, but let this be a lesson. In this game, anything can happen at any time. Always be ready, always be prepared, and keep fighting. See you guys next time. You guys can head back to camp.
Well, so when we swap tribes, we decided to do a 3-3 vote, and we would break it down to a tie. And then Travis approached the original Burn Stick members and said, I want to flip and take out Matt. So we were all for it. That's who we were going to vote for anyway. And we didn't know, nobody knew he had the idol. So that was where the blindside came in. Yeah, it started out hectic, but this is definitely more than what I expected it to be. I got farther than I thought I would, so I'm super proud of how I did. Broke some personal boundaries, so that was good. It starts from the beginning. You play on the bus. Like, people say that they don't, but they do. It's exhausting, it's hard work, but it's one of the best things that I've ever done.
Yeah, her and James, they're like, no, we got a pack. We'll tell you if we have it. We were going to tell each other. She's like, we don't have it. It has to be one of the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't.
I would cop to it, I swear.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You can't really trust me now, I guess.
Believe it now.
Well, it was funny, like you said that, but you never said anything about the immunity item. So it was going through my head a little bit. I'm like, wait, but he never mentioned that. But then I was like, oh, no, don't be silly, Ian.
Well, I was, anybody could have one. I was worried about you guys having
But then
one too.
I saw your pockets when we were like down at the teepees, and I saw like this little bulge, and I was
Did
like,
you really?
oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh man, good eye.
He's just really excited for tribal council.
What a game.
Well, you knew the right time to play it, I guess. Well, it would have ended up going 50-50, I guess, right? But
Yeah.
still, at least you knew for sure that you were.
I didn't know for sure. I figured I want to get to the merge, and like, could you imagine going home with an idol in your pocket? That's been terrifying me since like.
Yeah, my husband, I told you guys, and my husband, he said, don't come home if you're going to come home with an idol in your pocket. That's not happening.
Well, no, but at the same time, you're like, do you play it now? Like, that's the thing. Like, in my head, I would always be going, like, when do you play it? Should I play it now just in case? Should I play it? Because that would have, how sucky would that have been, had it been Travis's name down and not yours? And then you're like, well, there goes my idol.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah, but it was like I've been through 2 tribals with it burning a hole in my pocket, going like, am I gonna get voted out right now?
Yeah.
I have, and I can't hang on to it any longer. Yeah. Sorry guys, it's Aaron's crying.
That's what kills me.
Yeah, so we went to tribal today, and our game plan as a team was to keep Burn Stick together and basically vote on one of their other players. And we came to an agreement that we would vote on Matt. And so we picked Matt, and I started to have second thoughts afterwards about if he had an immunity idol or not, but I thought it would be a little too complicated to change, so we decided to stick with our guns, and Matt pulled out the immunity idol, but he doesn't have that anymore, so that's a good thing. Plans going forward are Kimberly and I are going to have to work quite well together, and hopefully I think we can get Travis on board as well too. If we have the 3 of us versus the other 2, then I think we'll be good.
So when we got down to the Matts and Jamie, we've been expecting to drop our buffs at some point, and we knew that we have to, Fallen Timber has to go in with the bigger numbers. We are truly super tight. I think everyone's being honest about that. We hated to cut Jen. I wish that didn't have to happen. But I think we're all very committed, and I hope it's happening over at the other tribe now, that we need to keep the numbers up above the old Burn Stick tribe. So
So when as soon as I saw what the new tribes were and that it was 3 and 3 on each, I knew that either, you know, it was gonna be a tie vote and we would have to go to rocks and leave it to chance, or I could try to guarantee that we make that those numbers work in our favor. And it was so hard to see the tears in Aaron's eyes, but ultimately Travis and Barb and I crafted this plan that, you know, we know there's going to be some talking between, it's one tribe but very divided, so we knew that we needed to basically convince the old Burnstick members of our tribe to vote for me, because I have the idol. So as soon as we got back to camp, I said to Travis, you know, the only way we can guarantee this is if they vote for me, so talk me down. And he added a component to the plan that I didn't even think of, which was if he's gonna flip, so he's gonna vote with them. And we're here after this tribal council and they don't seem to even have realized that part of it, which is great. They think I just got lucky. But in reality, Travis led them down the path to vote for me. He said he would vote with them, and that resulted in them going for me, which meant we knew we could get out whoever we picked. We picked Aaron because we thought, what if they're playing the same trick on us? And she has the least likelihood of having an idol, was our guess. And it feels terrible, but it's a big move, and ultimately this, like, the amount of deceit and lying that we've had to do to maintain this has gone way up. But, you know, as long as our old Fallen Timber tribe members are also, you know, thinking clearly and staying on the same page, we can come out of this with the bigger numbers, unless one of them gets voted out in their tribal council, which I don't know yet. So it could be even still, but that's better than being down one. So overall, I'm super pumped. And I think I was smiling during tribal council, and I don't mean to be a villain because I had no idea Aaron was, like, clearly upset. That was not the goal, but it had to be done.
With an emotional ending to tribal council, Burnstick is next in the hot seat. Let's hope they're prepared.
Justin, did you learn anything from that?
I think we learned a lot about what was happening over at the other tribe.
Yeah.
And learning just about how, like, it sounds like we had two similar situations on each side.
Yeah. James, what does he mean by that? Two similar situations?
Well, you know, you mix the tribes up, it's 3 on 3 on each side. Old tribal lines you're always going to have to think are going to run pretty strong. Mm-hmm. They've got 3, we've got 3. Same thing happened over there. Flush an idol out, though. That's fun.
And it's an interesting that we talked about that. And Joe, I'm going to ask you this. I mentioned about playing individual or whatever, and maybe not just thinking about your team. Erin clearly was playing for the team, and now she paid the price for that kind of thing instead of herself, and not her fault. But this is what I'm saying. These things can happen. Yep. Do you think? Are you still think that at this point in time, it's still team, or when do you transition?
Right,
or when should somebody transition? Not you yourself, basically.
Probably right after this vote, to be honest. I think taking the time again to know the new tribe, the new I guess team members, was more of a team effort. I think we showed that in that challenge that we can kind of unify as a team and
yeah, I agree. You guys did excellent in that challenge. Cass, are we going 3-3? Does it look like you're 3-3 up there? That's what I'm asking. Not necessarily the vote, but did you guys go up there and that time in camp was exactly kind of how that vote went?
I don't think so. I think we kind of went in there with open eyes, like, to our new camp, and I know, like, again, like, don't get me wrong, I'm team player 100%, but right, we all have different strengths and qualities. Yep. And it's an opportunity for us to recognize them, use them, move forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Dean, same question. Did you see it as 3-3 up there, or did you see it as Cass explains it, like it's a new opportunity?
I mean, there's talks and there's new opportunities, and I think sometimes you don't know, you never know what the opportunity was somebody took until the votes are cast. So I think you're transitioning from moment to moment as much as you can, and trying to figure out, because who knows, the same thing happens here, 3-3, and one of them pulls an idol, and if we're doing 3 votes, we put our votes to the wrong person.
Did it start that way, McKenna? When you went up there, was it 3-3, and then people kind of merged together and crisscrossed at all?
Yeah, I think it was well known that we were going back to our tribe as 3-3, but that victory and that challenge did help and change that dynamic a bit, because we won as a team, even though we were immediately 3-3. So I still think it's a team game right now, and I found it interesting to listen in on the other tribe and know who was playing for themselves already. I think it's still a little bit of a team game.
Yeah, James, what did you learn from that tribal council? Did you learn anything that hasn't been said yet from watching that tribal council about how a person should play this game?
No, I think it's still everyone's still kind of going their own path a little bit in a way, right? And some people are doing the team, some people are already starting to think individual. But I think if we learned anything from past tribal councils, you got to be careful on planning too far ahead, because you may not get there anyway. And right now, we feel like this is a very strong team, and we showed that already in that challenge, and we're ready to build on this as a team and continue winning.
Yeah. Justin, you mentioned the word individual there. I mean, there's no secret. It may not happen, but you would assume that at some point this game would come down to an individual competition or whatever. Do you think a person should, and do you think people are thinking that far down the road right now of what immunity challenges and the game would be like as individuals?
Oh, absolutely. I think everyone's been thinking about it since the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing the team game, but you have to set yourself up within that team for success. So I think everyone's thinking about it. It's on their mind. We're waiting for the merge. So
yeah. How are you guys feeling physically? It's actually cooler today than it was yesterday or whatever. Like how's by the cast? How's that no hunger, that paranoid, probably lack of sleep?
I'm good.
You're good?
Kids,
Good.
I'm good.
Yeah. This is like a holiday for you then, eh, Cass? You haven't had this much sleep in years. Yeah. McKenna, how about you?
Yeah.
Again.
As well.
Yeah? Yeah. Is anybody feeling it? Joe, you feeling it all?
Pretty good.
Yeah? No, everybody's still strong, still going? Yeah.
I think the adrenaline kicks in as soon as you see the challenges.
Yeah.
And that, for me, it does anyways. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I said it's a long game. We are nowhere near done it yet. But at this point, we got to make it a little lower on the numbers, meaning one of you 6, it's time for you to go home. Start with you, Joe. You can vote. If anyone has an immunity idol and would like to play it, now's the time. I'll read the votes. First vote. Dean.
You guys took out one of ours. We gotta even these numbers back up. Strong player. There's no way we're letting you win this game, Dean. Good luck, though. Great meeting you. Good guy. Great work you do in your outside life, too.
Next vote. McKenna.
Going for McKenna. There's too much silence from over there, so I think I'm going home.
Next vote. Dean.
Sorry, buddy. It's time to start playing for myself.
Next vote. Dean.
I think you're a pot stirrer, so I don't think that I could align with you just yet, and I have to go with the numbers on this one.
Next vote. And next person voted out of Stranded. Dean.
It's either you or me tonight. I really hope it's you.
Sorry, Dean. Tribe has spoken. Sir. Well, in the end, it looks like 3-3 was not a big deal, and you guys really have truly become a new tribe. I look forward to seeing what you guys can do next. Head back to camp, and we'll see you soon.
Before we went down the merge, Cass and Travis were kind of separated themselves even from some of the original partners we had. I went to Travis and kind of hinting and say, hey, let's bring Cass into our 4 that we were talking about, me, Travis, Matt, and one other. We had Barb, and I said, let's switch Cass over Barb, because I knew he was getting tighter with Cass. And I think they both flipped from what happened here. It sounds like Travis flipped over, and then Matt played his idol. And I think Cass flipped as soon as she got to that tribe. She knew she was flipping. And I probably should have flipped on her, and I just didn't act quick enough. I brought it up to Justin, but just didn't move forward with it. I don't know if I think getting separate from Matt, I think Matt, Joel, and I were tight. So I'd have to see. I don't know if Joe voted for me or not. If he did, I'll be a little surprised. But Joe, Matt, and I are pretty tight. So I think me and Matt get separated was tough. Had the idol together, and we were going to play it with each other and stuff. So I was happy to play this, and he's sticking around. But as soon as Cass kind of wouldn't tell me who she's voting for, and was just kind of being, I should have moved on her faster, and I knew it. Oh, this was great. For me, the fundraising was really the easy part in the way that the organization I run works so close to Kids Are Friendly, makes such a huge difference in our organization's life. So that part was really easy and fun. Getting to tell some more people about Kids Are Friends was really great. And this is a great experience. I mean, we were talking today at camp how it's been 2 hours, feel like 4 days. So, because we were talking, a few days ago, that puzzle, it's like, no, that was this morning. So it was a great time. I'd definitely do it again if the opportunity arises, and hopefully raise double the money.